after that, after I graduated, I was just pretty much running the streets, and I mean, my mom put me out. I was just out there, man. I was really out there, and
Oh, it
then
was a struggle. Okay.
but then I've always had the mentality of wanting to go into the service because when I was in high school, I did my 4 years of ROTC, so it was always in the back of my mind. But you know, what I'm saying at the time of graduating high school, being away from the family, and not having that strict plate on you, I wanted to run the streets. I wanted to experience things, and that's what I did. And after a while, once that started to spiral, I joined the service, and I was a supply specialist in there, and I got good rankings in there and went in as an E3. And
That is a good ranking, right?
yeah, I went in
What's
as
the
an
lowest
E3.
rank?
E1.
Uh, I
That's a
think
low.
that'd be me. Cause me and those, we won't get bad. That's just something that one. So, with that being said, and you was in the military, you're a boxer, you in a family. I mean, the whole package of element is just you have to do something.
Right.
You just can't just stand around. You just have
Yeah,
to.
I have to do
In your
something.
blood, you have to. That's your blood now.
Yeah.
So basically, your blood is something
Hard
that
work.
you really get into. You know what I'm saying? You really make it your blood. When you speak it, it's your blood.
Yeah.
Basically, how you work.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what were the struggles when it came down to when your mom put you out? Was it the fact that you was gay? Was it the fact that you didn't want to go to school? Because a lot of people out there say because nigga, I'm gay, I don't know how to handle this. My mom is not letting me come back in. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do anything wrong. I still love her. What would you say to the people out there that you know what I'm saying to the point that their mom put them out?
I mean, if it's to the, I was kind of disrespectful. I understand why my mom put me out, but at the time I was a teen and I didn't care. But at the same time,
What age was this?
I was about 17 years old.
What was 18? Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
I
grown
mean,
status.
yeah.
When you get to the grown status.
And I could legally bounce out without, restraints on me. But I was real rebellious. You know what I'm saying? The things I did affected my mother. It wasn't the fact that, what I'm saying? Of course, your parents, a lot of people, parents are not going to be accepting of the fact that, your child is gay or your child is this way or your child is that way. But at the end of the day, that's your child. And, you know what I'm saying? And my parents, they're going to love me regardless. They don't have a problem with it or anything. It's all in how I carry mine. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I respect them, they're going to respect me. So, but for other people out there, I know everybody's in a different situation. You understand what I'm saying? So I know it's hard, but at the end of the day, stay true to self. You understand what I'm saying? And don't come off negative just because people are coming off negative. Always humble yourself and be patient and always see the light. You know what I'm saying? When you see dark and you see negative, that's what's going to happen to you. So, you just got to stay positive and stay humble and keep pushing forward and best believe things will happen. But that's what you have to see all the time for it to happen.
Okay. So, if I was a boxer,
Hmm.
okay, would you say that because I heard you don't eat meat, you don't eat no meat,
Yeah.
you don't eat no meat. What would you say a good strategy for somebody that want to be a boxer, somebody to say, you know what, I like this. Who would say inspired you, and what would you say to do
Oh man.
with this whole environment?
Um, who really inspired me? My number one inspiration in my fight life is my former boxing trainer out in California, San Diego. His name is James Thomas the third, and just a wonderful guy all around. Because to the point to, I was on parole for like 2 years in California, and so and
How is
meaning,
Cali?
oh, it's lovely. It's
How
lovely.
is Cali? I always wanted to go to
Beautiful,
Cali
beautiful,
with
beautiful weather.
my
Beautiful weather.
with my
It's
husband,
it's
but
lovely.
I never went.
Yeah, it's wonderful out there. But yeah, he's one who taught me to stay humble, who taught me to be patient and to stay true to self. And at the end of the day, because being that he was my trainer, he was also a fighter. So being able to try to maintain training a team and then also being a fighter, it gets hectic. So we've been through the rough patches together, but at the same time, fighting has always been our number one. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, throughout it all, I mean, he's my number one inspiration. But I mean, and other than as far as the fight world, my family is my inspiration. Anybody who's involved in my life and is actually making the contribution to be a part of it because it does get hectic and it does get hard at times and a lot of people do fall off. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Anybody who's, you know what I'm saying, in my circle is just pretty much my motivation to keep doing what I do and, you know what I'm saying, to keep striving for the best.
So you do have a fight coming up there.
Oh, yeah, I got a couple of things coming up.
So what's this? First, before you say what's coming up, what's going on with this fight? This fight is supposed to be a big, big, big fight.
Yeah, well, actually, the February 15th is the next fight. And that's not too much of a huge fight. Just another notch under my belt to put under my record. And
What is your record?
my record is actually 3-1, 3 wins, 1 loss. Um,
And you lost.
yeah, I did lose one.
What
And
made you lose that fight?
what made me? What made me?
Because
Now,
you
now
don't.
that fight,
I mean,
that fight
when
for
y'all
me.
see these videos, it's. Wait a minute. So I don't know. Me personally wouldn't fight with y'all. But hey, but what made you lose that fight?
That fight for me was very technical. I had to be composed. If you watch that fight and any of my other fights, you just see the beast come out. Like no holds bars. I'm coming at you. But the way I trained for that fight was very technical because the person I was fighting was a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And that's one belt away from a black belt. So for me and my coaches, it was more technical to stay on my feet and, you know what I'm saying, make a transition in a process and listening and doing what they say instead of just fighting my fight, in which I did. At the end of the day, after, you know what I'm saying, I didn't get my ass whooped.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's that.
Let's put that
Right,
in the mix.
put that in there.
In the mix that I
But
did not get whooped, but
I got submitted in the third round. I got choked out. I got caught up in a situation. And even after the fight, I still felt like I won. You know what I'm saying? Her coaches, her peoples even came up to me and said, "What, you know what I'm saying, what a good fight." At the end of the day, I was happy with my performance. And for me, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? That I went out there and did what I was supposed to do. Just like y'all go out and y'all 9 to 5s. For me, that's just a 9 to 5 to me. I just go in and clock in office, put in work, and then it's time to go.
basically your bad days was her bad day for that fight, basically.
But pretty much what I learned from that fight was like somebody told me, one of my former trainers, after showing him the video clip of the fight, he told me one thing. He said, "Remember, you're a gangster." So, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta let loose. I can't take no more L's because, you know what I'm saying, of just being technical. But at the same time, it taught me that I can be technical at the same time and keep my composure at the same time and let the beast out when it's time to come out. So, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, last weekend of March, Virginia Beach, we out there. I got auditions for a reality show. The show's going to be called Fighter Idol. I got my fight on Friday and my fight on Sunday, and I advanced to the show. So look out. RVA, stand up.
Okay, word. So you better go into a show.
Yeah, that's
so that's putting move. VA on the chart again. So I mean, VA, stand up. So with this fight, okay, because reality shows, they're a lot of time things. With our show, you know what I'm saying, in the mix, we try to throw a lot of stuff that we want you to throw out there to them. Yeah. And you will probably be coming back to the show.
Yeah, I will be.
So,
most definitely.
Who would you want to say at this moment, because you already said who inspired you, at this moment that you'll say, you know what, I have to give it to them. Everybody else around them, yes, I have, you know what I'm saying, I have their support. I love them. But this one person stands out the most, only because of this. Who would you say that would be?
I can't just say one person. I mean, if I was to have to break it down
to one person. The top three. How about that? The top three, but you have to have that one, and you have to give a reason by that top one.
Oh, man. This is really in the mix. Number one.
No, number three.
Oh, we starting from the bottom.
We starting from the bottom now.
Moving up. Okay. Yeah. Number three, I would have to say myself.
Okay.
No, I can't say myself number three. Sorry. because you have to put yourself first before you can do anything.
But you can't put yourself number one this mix.
Shit, fuck. Well, I stay at 3. I stay at 3.
But this mix you can't put.
And right now, in this moment in time, I'm number 3, and I have to say, mom and dad. Mom and dad.
Who is?
Mom and dad.
We didn't talk about this.
As far as mom and dad,
who is your mom?
I'm not speaking of blood. I'm speaking of family support. Okay, father royalty and my mother. You know what I'm saying? They hold it down packed. You know what I'm saying? No questions asked. You know, and I'm one who don't really ask for much. But when I, you know what I'm saying, when I do call and when I do need something, they always there. It's never a no. They gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I'm saying, with regular family, that's why families, you know, my family support is so much important. And in the gay community, gay families are such important because, you know what I'm saying, like blood family, you know what I'm saying, they kind of toss you to the side because you want to be a certain way, you want to live your life a certain way. So that's when, you know what I'm saying, your gay family comes into play and they hold you down, they hold you down. I can't speak for everybody else, but I can speak for mine, and I love mine to the death.
Again, I think the viewers gonna ask, who is your mother? This is your father. Who is your mother? Who would you call your mother? Who is your mother? Because I bet you they all want to know. They all will probably want to know. Who is your mother?
They want to know. Stay tuned in the mix, man.
So he puts up the ring finger, basically saying Damon Lee Lewis. That's what he. So he makes it known that I'm taking. I am taking. Basically, he gonna put up the ring finger, saying, you know what? That's the end of that. So you ain't gotta go in.
I'm still waiting. You see, I got all these right here. I'm still waiting.
I mean, I had to get my rings up. My fiance said, no, you know what? These ain't for you no more. You got to go.
Y'all see that?
You gotta go.
Y'all see? Oh!
You see that?
Hey. Pass it on to the prince, though.
So, I mean, you got it. Well, hopefully later on to the show, we will meet his mother. Hopefully. Just because they don't come out much, so we're gonna try to throw that in the mix. So, with the In the Mix, this is a new show that we started.
Yeah.
What do you want to see out of In the Mix? Or what do you want the viewers to get out of this show?
I want the viewers to get a show. I want them to get the truth. I want them to get words of wisdom, words of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Anything inspirational, motivation to make things happen in life, especially for me. And also, I want our viewers, you know what I'm saying, to follow, to share, you know what I'm saying, and spread the word, you know what I mean, because that's the only way we can actually help each other out and everybody can eat, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like, you know, we out here in RVA, our little city, you know what I'm saying, there's so much potential, but at the same time for us to grow, we got to help each other, and you know what I'm saying, so everybody got to put in work, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody who doing so.
Everybody. So, with that being said, this is the end of our session with Miss Ashley Smallwood, a.k.a. Prince Element Secor. Y'all make sure y'all hit her up on her Facebook.
Ashley Smallwood.
Do you have a Twitter too?
Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. 804 Head Busser. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Head Busser.
Okay, we ending this thing, but hey, what? Wait a minute. Then we just have a whole discussion. What the Head Buster? Okay, do that come from your fighting or what? That name come from?
Man.
Head Buster.
Head Buster.
Okay.
It speaks for itself, man. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this since I was a youngin', so you know, it's just I'm 804's number one head buster, baby.
Well, y'all make sure y'all check her out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Y'all hit comments, hit me up, and I'll see y'all later. We're out. Y'all stay tuned in. Thank y'all all for tuning in to In the Mix. Hopefully I see y'all next time, and don't forget, it's all in the mix. And as I say, it's already written. So who can judge you? And who can make your decisions but you? God loves you. I love you. It's all in the mix. Y'all make sure y'all tune in for next season. We're going to make sure we do it up for y'all. We make sure we have everything in the mix for y'all. Whatever y'all would like to, y'all make sure y'all hit us up. At the bottom of the screen is the email address, which is anything you want to go down in the mix, you make sure you put it on that email address because we're going to try to make sure you put it on the show. Any people that you would love to see, Put in the email address. So, again, thank y'all all for coming in the mix. And make sure y'all tune in to the next one. Because we got a lot more coming. I'm out.
In the mix, is you feeling it? Prince Element, I be killing it. Train wisdom, patience, and humbleness. It'll get you far, so reach for the stars. Man, I got bars that stay in charge. Lieutenant in the game, I gon' stay strong. Family of support, empire so strong. Make a statement for ours, yeah, we roll hard. Always eating, never sleeping, steady creeping, running around, stomping ground, yeah, you hear us? So gather round and make sure you tune in.